baba mato Jolie Kodalima Wanoyo au magara ituri bia Kenya yonde aitina logolo ke madono leo no kageta mtu kumakia bole na Uhuru wa Kenyatta omo kalele tiawe na baidato mwe kojo aweyo kebwa tuanto ba Mount Kenya East na Mount Kenya West tole na mbeo ya kwanda na mbeo kedura wate chande chiana kwa mbeo kedura wa kwanda te chande chiana wa yikoni watire na kai kwa egwata wa no modo ba wa etumo na chokoba mungu akutongera kweli tarucho umulie wa yata well yata thank you very much akoroba njori mwana gete tokojoria ole ofisi yenu yugera to vivie then director kacha thank you very much gobona ngela kaoga ka mwana antu nanto ba toguta bakiuga gato kodangana ole wa to dangara tuona eto kodangana eda kodangana
Yo, Jody Rama, yo, let you walk down.
Iguetekia, porque é tudo cuita e podira a corrupção que tem na boca.
Indeed, live pictures from Meru County, County 012, where, as you can see on your screen, the installation of Justin Muturi as the Mount Kenya East leader, or rather a spokesman for the Mount Kenya East region. Remember, this is the region that comprises Meru, Embu, Tharaka Nithi counties. Of course, the counties, just as the word states, the Mount Kenya East, the ones that are the eastern part of the mountain. Justin Muturi is the 7th Speaker of the National Assembly and has been the first Speaker under the 2010 Constitution. He has served as Speaker of the National Assembly since 2013, and this installation exercise, or rather the event live on your screen, is an installation by the Njuri Ncheke Council of Elders, happening at the Nchiru Shrine in Meru County. Nchiru is just within the larger Meru County, and in fact that location was made a historic site and a cultural site, and there were plans by the museums of Kenya to move even the national museums from Meru town to the Nchiru site, that is the headquarters of the Njuri Ncheke. So you can see the significance and the weight that this event carries as the Mount Kenya East region seeks to install Speaker Justin Muturi as their spokesman. Pictures right there, you can see they have adorned themselves in a traditional regalia, and we were able to see earlier on that prayers happened, and of course as they speak in the Kimeru dialect, they aim, or rather they seek to install him as a spokesman, as a kingpin. Remember, the succession battle for President Uhuru Kenyatta is already gaining momentum, and some have argued that the Mount Kenya East region needs to provide its own kingpin to survive, or rather to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta. Remember, this installation comes in after the State House meeting, or rather the Sagana State Lodge meeting where President Uhuru Kenyatta visited the central region last month. But of course, eyes are on whether the speaker, who has been, who started his career as, of course, a magistrate and left the judicial service to begin, and he actually was elected into parliament under a KANU ticket in 1999, a by-election for Siakago constituency. Of course, since 2013, he has been the Speaker of the National Assembly, and we have seen him issuing his, or rather stamping his ground, or rather stamping his foot on the ground on matters legislation, and of course steering the House in various legislations as they passed various legislations. Now, Justin Muturi has been described as a pair of hands to bring the community together, and Muturi, it is said, was actually approached by Njuri Ncheke Council of Elders, the Embu and Bere cultural elders, as well as religious leaders, to be able to be installed as the spokesman. An event that is coming to you live from Meru County, from the Njuri Ncheke Shrine in Nchiru, Meru County. We do have our reporter Clement Masombo on the line. Thank you, Clement, for your time. Of course, you have been on this story since morning. Perhaps what are some of the things that may have been said about this Speaker Justin Muturi, and has he been able to issue a speech yet?
Thank you, Maringa. Most of the speakers who have spoken already right now have found the speaker as a brave person who has been able to take charge, be in charge of the National Assembly for 2 consecutive terms. And maybe because of that has led him to be installed as the Mount Kenya East spokesperson. Currently, he hasn't issued a speech yet, but he has already been installed as the spokesperson of the Mount Kenya East region. He has been handed the elders have handed him a spear and a shield as well. I understand the spear is meant to maybe attack the enemy that might come to the region, and the shield is meant to protect him or guard him, give him protection against the enemy. So right now the ceremony is still on, the elders are speaking, and as you can see in pictures, Justin Muturi is standing there just beside the elders, holding his spear and the shield as well. But nothing much is happening. We expect him to speak immediately after this. Maybe that's where we will get to hear what he says, what the message he has for the community. Maringa.
Indeed, Clement, and of course we have been able to see that there are others who have been flaunted, others who have actually been eyeing to be the kingpin to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta come 2022. There is the former CS Manyingi Kiunjuri, Peter Kenneth, who was a presidential hopeful, Mwangi Weria, the Muranga governor, Anne Waiguru, the only lady in the region, who is the governor for Kirinyaga, William Kabogo, the former governor for Kiambu, agriculture CS Peter Munya, who you actually earlier on indicated that had attended the event. We also have the sitting governor for Meru, Kiraitu Murungi, Professor Kithure Kindiki, the senator for the Rakanithi County. Of course, these some of the leaders. Probably have they alluded, or rather have the elders alluded to the fact that Speaker Justin Muturi may be able to steer the region in the right direction?
The elders tend to have so much confidence and trust in the Speaker Justin Muturi, but concerning other leaders, they have not spoken about them yet. And they insisted that this is not a political event; that it's not meant to displace anyone from his position. And when the interview I had earlier on with Captain Kungu, he insisted that President Uhuru Kenyatta is still the leader. So it's not meant to bring enmity or animosity between politicians. So maybe for those who have been eyeing the position of being the spokesperson of the region, Mount Kenya East position seems to have already gone. So maybe from other regions, they could start organizing themselves, probably.
Thank you very much indeed, Clement Masombo, our reporter there, just giving us an update on what is happening. Of course, you have the Secretary General of the Njuri Ncheke. You can see him on your screen. He has called other Njuri Ncheke elders dressed in green to be able to continue with this exercise. And as Clement alluded earlier on, the Speaker has been handed 2 items. The first is a spear, and the second is a shield. The significance of this, perhaps, as he was saying, would be to defend himself and the region from any attacks whatsoever, because him being installed as a kingpin, as a spokesperson of the Mount Kenya East. Remember, it's not the entire Mount Kenya region. A clarification, it is the Mount Kenya East region, comprising of the Meru, Embu, Tharaka Nithi counties, basically the counties that are on this eastern side of the mountain. And he has been able to be given of the there is also the hat, the traditional hat, which is probably has fur from an animal, and he will be, of course, be able, the significance of that, to be able to show that he is a leader. Remember, as you can see pictures on your screen, there is no other elder who is dressed in what the speaker has been adorned with, of course, contrary to what we are used to seeing him wear in the Senate, the wigs and all. Now, this being a cultural event where the Njurin Cheke Council of Elders has installed him as the regional kingpin and the spokesperson, or rather the spokesman for the Mount Kenya East region. And of course, this being a quest to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta come 2022. And we'll, of course, be able, or rather we'll be keeping an eye to see how the region catapults itself moving forward. Remember, this is a region that has been known to vote as a bloc. Remember the historical Tharaka Nithi attribution that was given earlier on. We also have the Meru County key players that have predominantly been known as underdogs, but they vote as a bloc, as perhaps, or as it were. But these are things, or rather, these we wait to see how these will spearhead. Of course, others who are eyeing now to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta as a kingpin now for the entire region, the Mount Kenya region, a place that, of course, drew the president to Nyeri at the Sagana State Lodge. We have Mwangi Kionjuri, the former CS for agriculture. We have presidential hopeful Peter Kenneth. We have Mwangi Weria, who is the Murang'a governor. We have Anne Waiguru, the only lady, who is Kirinyaga governor. There is William Kabogo, the former governor for Kiambu. Agriculture CS Peter Munya, who was in attendance in that event, who passed by there. We also have the Kiraitu Murungi, the governor for County 012, in fact, the county that is playing host to that event. And on the neighboring Tharaka Nithi County, some have also touted Professor Kithure Kindiki, the senator for Tharaka Nithi County, County 013. Of course, these are key players that perhaps have been touted as seeking to succeed President Uhuru Kenyatta as a kingpin, and we'll be keen to see what this means for the entire region, especially now that the bid, or rather the 2022 succession race continues to gain momentum. But Justin Muturi is not a stranger to public limelight. He started his career as a magistrate in the 1990s when he served as a magistrate in the judicial service, or rather in the judiciary, rather, and he was able to be lauded for his efforts in steering the judiciary, or rather the cases that he was able to adjudicate. And that's just a history for the current speaker, who, as I've mentioned, started out as a magistrate, and then later on he was first elected as a member of the KANU, Kenya African National Union, to represent Siakago constituency in Parliament following a 1999 by-election. He won re-election in 2002 and served as opposition chief whip and chair of the Public Investment Committee during the 10th Parliament. He also vied for re-election in 2007, but was defeated by 11 Kiviti. Of course, a brief profile of the Speaker for National Assembly, who is today being installed as Kingpin, or rather the Mount Kenya East Kingpin.